Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Hiding in plain sight, only Local 4 cameras are here as the Wayne County Stolen Car Task Force raids a stolen car and chop shop ring right in this driveway on the east side. We'll take you to the scene.
Well, after only 4 days, it looks like Mother Nature has had enough of August and wants to skip directly to fall. How much longer is this unseasonable weather going to last?
Okay, Ben, but we begin here at 5 with brand new information into a tragedy. A 14-year-old killed, her teen brother shot after a drive-by shooting in Detroit, and now their devastated mother is sharing her heartbreak.
They took a good kid. She just made varsity cheerleading 3 days ago.
Jamisha McWilliams was shot in the chest. Her brother was also shot. The family rushed them to the hospital, but for Jamisha, it was just too late.
It happened late last night on Waltham Street near Groesbeck on the city's east side. Let's get to Priya Mann live. And Priya, she had just posted to Facebook minutes before this happened.
Yeah, that's right. At 10:34, Jamisha posted about her upcoming birthday party next month. She would have turned 15 years old. And within 30 minutes of that post, this teenager was dead.
Y'all took the wrong one. She didn't do nothing.
A heartbroken mother grieving for one child while another remains in the hospital after a drive-by shooting. 14-year-old Jamisha McWilliams was standing inside her home when she was fatally shot in the chest.
Now I gotta bury my child. I gotta bury my child who shouldn't even, I never thought about anything, and I know I should have had life insurance, but why would I think about that? That's a good kid. Like, I don't have it. We don't do this.
3 days ago, Jamisha learned she'd made the varsity cheerleading team. The honor roll student had also just started her first summer job.
She didn't even get to enjoy her first check. She didn't even get to put on her cheerleading costume. She didn't even get to do her first cheer. She studied the whole summer to be on the team, and she didn't even get to go to her first game. This is so wrong on so many levels.
The drive-by shooting happened around 11 Thursday night on Waltham near 8 Mile and Groesbeck. Jamisha's older brother Jeffrey was also shot and is expected to survive. Detroit police say 8 people were inside the home when bullets started flying.
They don't care to us, they mama up here. They don't care to us, they daddy up here. It's stupid. The stuff they be beefing over is so stupid. And then they never get the right people. And then everybody else got hurt.
Your heart just breaks for this woman. Family friends telling an earlier argument may have led to this drive-by shooting and that Jamisha was the unintended target. Family members are now trying to raise money to cover funeral costs. We've got that information up on clickondetroit.com. Reporting live, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Priya, any idea who police are looking for?
Well, you know what? Police do not believe this was a random shooting. They believe that this home was targeted. At this time, they are looking for a silver or green Ford Windstar. Again, a silver or green Ford Windstar. If you see that van in your area, please give Detroit Police a call.
All right. Just absolutely heartbreaking, though. You're right, Priya. Okay. Thank you. This information just into our newsroom. New video here shows someone intentionally setting a party store on fire on Detroit's east side. Surveillance video captures the person dressed in a fireproof suit walking into the Chalmers Plus liquor store early this morning. Once inside, they set a broom on fire before throwing it. The fire destroyed the inside of the store. Nobody was hurt.
The Michigan Department of Health sent out an alert today saying it's investigating an uptick in cases of Legionnaires in southeast Michigan. Here are the numbers. In July, there were 73 cases. That's far more than the average of just 30. That represents a 143% increase in Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties. Dr. Frank McGeorge now to show us why this is so troublesome.
Legionnaire's disease can be fatal in certain circumstances with older people in particular, and that's why it's important that it's identified properly. And that's the really important crux of this warning. We want to get the message out so that if people have any respiratory symptoms, cough, fever, any kind of pneumonia, they see their doctor, and their doctor needs to recognize that Legionella is on the list of possibilities and treat accordingly, because there is a very specific antibiotic choice to treat Legionnaire's disease.
All right, Doc. So far, health officials have yet to find any common sources that may have caused this uptick.
Developing right now, we're getting our first look at the man who police say was behind the wheel of this truck in a wild chase with an abducted 2-year-old inside. Let's get right out to Coco McAvoy. She was in the courtroom today as Grady Barrett was arraigned. Coco, just kind of bring us up to speed here on these charges.
Kimberly, Grady Barrett is facing a number of charges. This after police say he kidnapped his girlfriend's 2-year-old after allegedly getting into a fight with the mom that landed the mom in a hospital. And he's now facing a number of charges like fleeing and eluding, child abuse, and felonious assault.
Okay, sir, your name? I need you to speak up a little bit. Okay, you have 2 matters here, sir.
Grady Barrett appeared in front of a judge today, clothed in a protective vest, to face his many charges after a bad fight and intense police chase.
This is case number 170-59696, People of the State of Michigan versus Grady Lamar Barrett, charged with count 1, police officer fleeing third-degree vehicle code. It's a felony with a penalty of 5 years and/or $1,000.
Barrett is accused of kidnapping his girlfriend's 2-year-old, Sandra Renee. Her mother said all of this started after she got into a fight with Barrett.
Something that started off so small and too far, and he should be severely punished.
Then the next morning, police say Barrett was armed and took Sandra Renee from her aunt's house as her mom was in the hospital. He led several police agencies on a high-speed chase, and that resulted in these additional charges.
Habitual offender, third offense notice. The penalty is twice the maximum sentence on the primary offense or a lesser term.
The judge made sure Barrett understood the charges.
In that case, did you hear the charges and the penalties that you could receive?
Yes. As Barrett's case makes its way through court, he will remain behind bars. And Barrett will be back in court next week for a probable cause conference. We'll, of course, continue to follow this story. Back to you.
Coco, was he given bond today?
Yes, that's the interesting thing about it. He was actually given bond for the 2 separate incidents, one for the domestic violence charge and the other for the kidnapping case. Both totaled $350,000.
Okay, Coco, thanks.
A 57-year-old man is carjacked and shot in the middle of the afternoon on Detroit's west side. The man was on Grand River near Greenfield when a gunman in his 40s stopped him around 1:30. The 57-year-old was then shot. The gunman got away with his truck, $1,000 and some jewelry. The victim was taken to the hospital and is listed now in serious condition.
Surveillance pictures show a man wanted for a deadly shooting inside an Inkster party store.
Last night, a 31-year-old man was shot and killed inside Fast Frank's party shop. That's on Inkster Road. This was all during an argument. Police are trying to find this man in connection with the deadly shooting. Police say he may be driving this silver, older model SUV. Anyone with information is asked to contact the state police. Well, we saw plenty of rain recently, coming down in buckets a few times, but we did get the sun back today at least.
Yeah, a little bit of sun just in time for the weekend too, and cooler temperatures. Just a little hint of fall there, Ben.
Yeah, guys, hard to believe our high today was 77 degrees. Seems like days ago that happened because now we're down to 66, and these numbers just keep ticking downward, especially as cloud cover starts to advance from the west. Most locations are in the 60s with some of the warmest temperatures out here in our north zone, which we really don't see a whole lot in the afternoon this time of year. Here's 4 Live radar coming in from the west side of the state. And you can see there are some light scattered showers just starting to make their way on the east side of Lansing. So chances are these are going to start diminishing, but there's still going to be enough moisture that a couple of us will see some raindrops as we get through the next few hours. Not going to be intense. We're not looking for any thunderstorms, just a stray sprinkle in spots. Temperatures slowly falling to about 60 degrees there at midnight and 50s for overnight lows. If your weekend plans involve the water, you'll want to stay tuned to see these numbers for Saturday and Sunday coming up, guys.
All right, Ben. A former top Volkswagen executive pleaded guilty today in the automaker's diesel emissions case. Volkswagen's former chief of the Environmental and Engineering Center submitted his plea in U.S. District Court in Detroit. Oliver Schmidt has been in U.S. custody since January when he was arrested in Miami trying to return to Germany. Schmidt faces a maximum of 7 years in prison and a $500,000 fine when he's sentenced in December.
The former pharmaceutical CEO, often referred to as Pharma Bro, has been found guilty of securities fraud.
34-year-old Martin Shkreli was found guilty on 3 of 8 counts against him after a month-long trial in Brooklyn. Prosecutors had accused Shkreli of repeatedly misleading investors about what he was doing with their money. He now faces up to 20 years in prison. Kim?
An attack on leaks from the Trump administration today. Attorney General Jeff Sessions said his department will aggressively pursue and prosecute anyone leaking information to the press. It's an issue that has long frustrated and embarrassed the president. Blaine Alexander is in Washington tonight.
Well, Kimberly, the Trump administration has tripled the number of leak investigations. That's according to the Justice Department. In fact, so many that the FBI has now started a new unit to handle those cases.
Strong words from an embattled attorney general.
I have this warning for would-be leakers: don't do it.
From Jeff Sessions, a message to those working for the president, but also a message to the president, who has suggested that Sessions' job may be hanging in the balance. The attorney general coming down hard on an issue that has long frustrated his boss.
We will not allow rogue anonymous sources with security clearances to sell out our country.
The latest in a series of leaks, classified transcripts of President Trump's contentious calls with leaders of Australia and Mexico. But much of the president's anger stems from leaks that are more about gossip than national security.
That is politically embarrassing. It's politically sensitive for the White House, but it is not at all illegal.
As the White House works to plug the leaks, the Wall Street Journal reporting that Special Counsel Robert Mueller is now working with a Washington grand jury as part of the Russia investigation.
Thank you.
President Trump mocking that investigation at a Thursday night rally in West Virginia.
Are there any Russians here tonight?
The White House convinced Americans do not care about Russia.
There's a complete disconnect between what Americans are telling us is important to them and what they're being told by the media is important to them.
The White House's focus, the latest job numbers, unemployment matching a 16-year low.
And on those leak investigations, one source tells NBC News that there are currently dozens of open leak cases. In Washington, Blaine Alexander, Local 4.
Okay, Blaine. Also today, the president left Washington for a 17-day working vacation in New Jersey. It's being called a working vacation because the president can't work at the White House right now. That's because construction crews are making renovations to the West Wing.
Well, we're off and running on a Friday edition of The Five.
That we are. We have much more ahead in this next hour, including a tornado touchdown here in Michigan. And election officials in Detroit promising to do something they failed to do for years.
And prosecutors say this wasn't just an accident on rain-slick roads. New tonight, the driver who police say slammed into a packed bus stop makes his first appearance in court.
That's a new Impala. Its engine is missing. If you follow me this way, there's an SUV on that wrecker over there. Investigators here raiding a stolen car and chop shop ring that was hiding in plain sight right in this driveway.
We do a lot of new at 6.
He was the wrong man to rob, as one teenager quickly learned. New at 6, you'll hear from the man seen in this video turning the tables on a would-be thief.
Plus, a shocking case of animal cruelty has this Oakland County man facing criminal charges. What he's accused of doing to a cat that was living in his home.
A swarm of Wayne County Sheriff's deputies raid a suspected chop shop operation on Detroit's Far East Side today. Our Sean Lay was there as it happened. We're on Griner at Barlow here on the Far East Side. Take a look over my shoulder. Inside that yellow home is a woman and her baby. They're looking out the window watching this raid unfold. Investigators looking for stolen cars and a suspected chop shop right in her driveway.
Folks think this is a dumping ground for stolen cars, and we're not going to tolerate it.
Only Local 4 cameras are on Detroit's East Side this afternoon, and the Wayne County Sheriff's Auto Theft Task Force is busy. People inside this home are watching investigators swoop in and snatch up 2 vehicles that were parked in the driveway. They're confirmed stolen cars, newer cars, engines missing. A chop shop operation was anchored right here in the driveway.
Some of the people, they were very frank about the whole scenario. Like, yeah, they were aware of it.
In fact, the women inside told us that the man who lived here ran the chop shop, and he's sitting in jail right now. What's happening here?
It's embarrassing.
Why?
Because
Who's responsible for the cars?
somebody.
And that person's incarcerated right now?
He's already in jail.
What's he in jail? Around the corner, another stolen car. Its wheels are gone. Going after chop shops, stolen car rings is a main focus of the sheriff's office right now. They're not just recovering cars, they're hunting for arrests and convictions.
If you're doing anything with stolen vehicles, Anything criminal related, we're coming after you.
Now, even tonight, we're still talking to those investigators on the ground there in the east side to give you the latest information on how to protect yourself and your vehicle. Those investigators telling us thieves right now really hitting the far east side of the city for stolen cars. They're targeting cars parked in driveways in populated neighborhoods, but they're bordered by less populated streets, Kimberly, and they're going right after newer model cars. Back to you.
Sean, did authorities give you any idea why the east side right now?
Yeah, they could point to all the vacant homes in that particular area, giving those thieves instant cover once they stole a car. Only in this case, in the chop shop we just showed you, that was right in the home's driveway, right there in the driveway of an occupied home.
Yeah, unbelievable. And almost getting your finger slammed in the door there. Sean, glad you're okay. We appreciate it.
The National Weather Service now confirming a tornado touchdown last night in Antrim County. The tornado spotted near Elk Lake sent employees at Great Lakes Packing Company into shelter. Take a look. The night shift manager says he saw a funnel cloud before he and others sheltered in place for 35 minutes. That's a pretty good picture of it there. The storms caused some flooding, some damage and power outages, but thankfully nobody hurt. But looking over the water there at it, wow, what a picture.
Yeah, that is spectacular. Here at home, stepping out to come to work today, and I was like, wait a minute, is this summer just slowly like kind of slipping away from us?
Football season wants to start now.
Yes, you said it right there. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like we've gone into September and just kind of skipped out August altogether, but the clouds have come back. We had a little wedge of sunshine that lasted for a good chunk of the afternoon. And now that is gone. The clouds are on top of us and the showers are not far behind. So this is just hastening the temperature drop that we've already seen started with the cold front passing through about midday. That's when a lot of us saw our warmest temperatures of this Friday. Out here in Port Austin, the water sort of splashing up over the boardwalk there. A beautiful shot. Saw some sunshine out there, but that is going away pretty quickly for just about all of us. In fact, we've got overcast skies here at Metro right now. We'll call it mostly cloudy. Look at the winds, though. They're out of the west-southwest at 25. These gusts are still increasing, 36 miles an hour right now. Was in the low 30s last hour, and those temperatures are pretty cool, plenty cool, about 11 degrees off of that high temperature that we've already seen today. We're not completely done with the rain just yet. There's a good batch of light showers there in the west part of the state. Most of those are going to dry up. You'll see that here in our forecast map, but do expect at least a few stray sprinkles here, very close to sunset and a little bit before in the next few hours. Then we'll be dry overnight, and we'll start out tomorrow with plenty of sunshine. We've got a mainly, we'll call it overwhelmingly dry Saturday. There's just a chance in the afternoon that some of those sprinkles in northern Ohio could dot our south zone. Again, most of us are going to stay dry. Sunday, a little bit better chance of rain as we get into the afternoon hours. We start dry, more clouds, however, on Sunday. And then there are some showers that we're going to see in the second half of Sunday. Temperatures are going to stay below average for both weekend days. In fact, mid-70s is as good as we're going to get. Tonight, cool night, very crisp night with that lower humidity. Winds will diminish a little bit as we head towards sunrise tomorrow, but they're still going to be on the at least breezy side of things. 59 in Dearborn tonight, 59 in the city. Troy, you're going to be at 58 when we wake up tomorrow morning. Some of our coolest numbers will be far inland here, 54 in Onstead. Adrian, you'll be at 54. And Monroe waking up at 55 tomorrow morning. Low temperatures in our west zone, not a whole lot of difference. They're mid-50s across most of the zone. And actually some of the milder numbers up here, 59 in Lexington and also Sandusky. And our coolest numbers inland here in Lapeer County, where we're going to be at 55 in Ortonville and Oxford in northern Oakland County by tomorrow morning. High temperatures, 76, 77 is what we're getting to tomorrow. And again, with that sunshine to start us out, we'll see more clouds in the afternoon, even more clouds than that for Sunday with that good chance of afternoon and evening showers. But most of that forecast is dry. In fact, Monday is going to be our best shot of rain. And then after that, it's a lot of sunshine. Temperatures return to our regularly scheduled 80s. Very a normal feeling week after a subnormal weekend approaching.
It was quite a nice change, though. Just weird to open a window again.
Yeah.
It is. You know, give the AC a little bit of a break and just enjoy it.
Appreciated that. Thanks. Okay, Ben, thank you. It was a plot to kill. Chilling new details emerge in an ISIS plot to blow up a commercial airliner.
But we're back with a national manhunt for a well-regarded professor. And yes, there is a connection to Michigan. That's next. A nationwide manhunt continues for a Northwestern University professor and an Oxford University employee suspected of killing a man. Investigators say Wyndham Latham and Andrew Warren stabbed 26-year-old Michigan native Trenton Cornell in Latham's Chicago apartment last week. Police found a broken blade in a trash can inside Latham's apartment. Authorities say after the killing, the pair drove to Wisconsin and donated $1,000 to a library in the victim's name, but their current whereabouts still unknown. The annual Susan G. Komen 3-day race getting underway today in Commerce Township.
Participants walk an average of 20 miles a day for 3 days for a total of 60 miles through Metro Detroit. A minimum of $2,300 is raised by each participant, with nearly $56 million raised in Michigan since 2004. The walk helps raise awareness and education about breast cancer and encourages women to get mammograms.
Make me a promise to get a mammogram. Early detection is vital.
So important. The walk will begin at Walled Lake Western High School and commence at Ford World Headquarters in Dearborn. The highly anticipated opening of Little Caesars Arena continues, and today crews were inside testing out the arena's scoreboard.
It's a beauty. Look at this thing. Little Caesars Arena will have the world's largest seamless scoreboard when it opens in September. The Jumbotron by Daktronics, I should say, measures 5,100 square feet and will offer a 360-degree viewing experience. Take that, Dallas Cowboys. All four sides are 28 feet high by 43.5 feet wide.
New at 5:30.
A contagious virus is popping up in young kids, but they're not the only ones heading to the doctor this week. I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. See what's going around where you live.
A deadly dare.
She feel like she's so fierce and can do everything that, oh, I'll do it. And then she took a big gulp.
A little girl dies after drinking boiling water through a straw.
People are standing outside where a bus shelter used to be in Warren after an alleged drunk driver slammed into it. Well, today, he was in front of a judge facing numerous charges.
Real Love.
He casually walked out of his truck and into a subway after crashing into 6 people at a bus stop. Now that driver is facing charges. 4 people in that crash were pinned underneath that truck. 5 of the 6 people hurt remain in the hospital with broken bones.
Today, the driver of the truck faced a judge. Priya Mann joins us, and Priya, the driver is now facing numerous charges.
Yeah, that's right. 3 counts of operating while intoxicated, 3 counts of reckless driving causing serious bodily injury. Here is where the bus shelter used to be, but it's alleged Gary DeLeo walked into this subway without helping a single person, walking into the subway to use the bathroom. It's remarkable no one was killed when this pickup truck slammed into a bus stop with 6 people inside. 55-year-old Gary DeLeo is accused of driving drunk and crashing into the bus stop at 12 Mile and Van Dyke in Warren. 4 people were trapped under the Dodge Ram. Police say DeLeo didn't help a single victim and instead walked into a nearby subway to use the restroom.
Following the accident, Mr. DeLeo exited his vehicle, attempted to assist none of the people who are currently trapped under his vehicle, and more or less walked briskly away from the scene.
Mr. DeLeo is on several medications, and he pretty much had the choice whether he wanted to go at that moment, right on the spot, okay, or go use the bathroom. He came out, he said, I'm the driver. He stood there, he said, I'm the driver. He tried to check on people, and when I met with him, that's the first thing he asked was, how was the people at the scene?
Well, as you have a right to your own opinion about the detective's recital, and he has the right to his own perspective about whether walking away from an accident where people are trapped under the vehicle is an egregious act or not.
5 people remain in the hospital with numerous broken bones.
Just asking, keep an open mind, because he's just a normal guy with no criminal record that just had an unfortunate accident. Whether it was caused by him, that's for the facts to prove.
And DeLeo remains behind bars. The judge set his bond at a $70,000 cash surety. If he's able to post it, he must wear a tether. Reporting live from Warren, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Priya, do we know what his blood alcohol level was at the time of the crash?
Yeah, Kimberly, that preliminary test came back as a .07. Police say that he knew that alcohol did not mix with the medications he was taking. Back to you.
All right, Priya, thanks.
This year, the city of Detroit aiming to do something it hasn't done in years. Tuesday night after the primary election, Detroit election officials say they will have all votes counted and have results posted by 10:30. You might remember back in November, it took till the next day to get results out. New voting machines are being credited for making this possible and getting things out much faster. And we want you to be prepared to vote in next week's primary. We've interviewed every candidate for mayor, clerk, and city council. You can check out videos from each of those at clickondetroit.com. The link is on the homepage.
The music ended early at the first night of Chicago's Lollapalooza Music Festival.
I guess the festival has said the weather is too crazy for us to play right now.
Yeah, strong storms forced Lorde to end her set early last night at Grant Park. The second day of Lollapalooza is expected to go ahead as scheduled today. Fortunately, the crowd stayed calm last night, leaving the park. Nobody was hurt.
Well, speaking of royals, here we are, a couple of royal fellas over here in the weather. You got it. You got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Did you leave your crown in the newsroom?
I did, as a matter of fact. I usually carry it everywhere I go, but no need. You should wear the crown. You cooled things off for everybody today.
That humidity being gone, I think, is a blessing for a lot of us. We could probably do with some warmer temperatures, but hey, you got to take what you get. And it is a change compared to what we had yesterday, no doubt about that. The other thing we're watching is just some very light sprinkles starting to show up in our west zone. Out here in Livingston and Genesee County, you can see just a couple blips on the radar. This is one of our lightest colors of green, indicating this is not intense stuff. In fact, some of this may not even be reaching the surface, but do expect to see a few drops swing through as we get through the next few hours, and this is the reason why. There's a little bit more coming in off the lake, and even though a lot of this is going to dry up, some of it is going to make it into southeast Michigan. So if you're heading out tonight, keep in mind not only are we going to see a couple sprinkles, but it is still going to be windy. The wind's really not going to die down until we get further into the overnight hours. So prepare for that. Temperatures staying in the 60s, a very un-August-like finish to tonight, and we'll continue that into the weekend. We'll look at those temperatures coming up in a few minutes. Guys?
Police in Australia saying 2 men facing terrorism charges now. They were involved in a failed attempt to place an explosive device on a flight out of Sydney in a plot directed by ISIS.
Australian police say one of the suspects brought the device to the Sydney airport July 15th. He put it in a bag, asked his brother to carry it on the flight without telling the brother the bag contained explosives. But for reasons still unclear, the brother left the airport with the bag while the suspect got on the flight without the explosive.
This is one of the most sophisticated plots that has ever been attempted on Australian soil.
At the moment, all I can say is they're entitled to the presumption of innocence.
Investigators say an ISIS member shipped the materials for the explosive from Turkey to Sydney.
Investigators in Dubai are working to find out what caused a fire at one of the world's tallest residential skyscrapers. The frightening moments this morning after flames spread across half of the 86-story building known as Torch Tower. No pun intended, obviously, there. The flames sent chunks of debris falling below. The building, which has nearly 700 apartments, was evacuated. Fortunately, no one hurt. This is the second time in 2 years that building has caught fire. In Florida, the family of an 8-year-old who died after drinking boiling water on a dare now speaking out.
Yeah, this is just a horrible story. Kiara Pope was weeks away from starting the 3rd grade, but according to family, in March, her cousins dared her to drink boiling water through a straw after watching social media videos showing the challenge. Kiara did, suffering burns to her mouth and throat. She also lost her ability to talk. Then last week, while on the road to recovery, she died. Now family is defending her 21-year-old mother against past claims of neglect.
None of those cases were like evidence where, oh, we see neglect or, oh, we see something that's not right.
The medical examiner has not yet said whether Kiara's injuries from the boiling water contributed to her death. The case, though, remains under investigation. A newly released body cam video is leading to even more troubling questions for Baltimore's police department.
In the video captured in November, several police officers are shown searching a woman's car during a traffic stop. The city's public defender's office says after a 30-minute gap, the body cam picks back up, showing the officers discovering what they say is heroin in the car.
Put handcuffs on you because there's drugs in your car.
You didn't show me any drugs.
This second questionable body cam comes as Baltimore's Internal Affairs Department investigates another case from January involving a different officer accused of planting drugs at a scene while his body cam was also turned off. Now the city has new rules in place requiring officers to keep body cams turned on at all times while on a scene.
The FBI Teen Academy wrapped up today with the students giving back to the community. For a week, teens from across Metro Detroit got to see what it's like behind the scenes at the FBI. The students learned about missions, workload, and future career opportunities, but most importantly, they learned about diversity and giving back to the community.
Coming here to the community service project, knowing because this is the neighborhood I grew up in when I was younger, so it felt really good giving back to the community. So it just felt really good. Hit close to home.
Well, the teens got to take a tour of a courthouse and hear agents talk about their different jobs. The week-long program ends with a graduation.
Mexican Town is the place in Detroit to get what else? Mexican food. But the truth is there's plenty of places around Detroit and Metro Detroit where you can go to get that authentic Mexican cuisine. Tamales, burritos, enchiladas, tacos, rice, and beans. Some of these restaurants have recipes that have been passed down decade after decade.
37 years ago, she opened up this place.
These restaurants have been around for years, which leads the staff to believe
we've been doing something right.
There are more than 30 Mexican restaurants that were nominated in Local 4's Vote for the Best Mexican Restaurant category. The top spot is changing every day with more than 50,000 people voting in each category. There's less than 10 days left to vote for all of your favorite things. The voting period ends on August 13th. So what's your favorite Mexican restaurant? Head on over to clickondetroit.com/forthebest and let us know. And remember, you can vote once every hour. Reporting from Mexican Town, I'm Kim DeGiulio, Local 4.
I voted every hour on the app. I'm going for 48 straight hours now.
Stop it.
I'm voting for you somewhere, somehow. He just inked the richest contract in sports.
New tonight, what Neymar says wasn't a factor after his new team spent close to $500 million to get him.
Neymar. And a boy who's been bullied at school gets some muscle behind him. New tonight, the very special ride he got on his first day back to class. Doc?
A contagious virus is popping up in young kids, but they're not the only ones heading to the doctor this week. I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Coming up, see what's going around where you live.
This week on New at 6.
Now this cloudy day in Metro Detroit, a story to brighten it here out of Richmond High School about a high school student who knew exactly what he wanted to become when he was just a toddler.
A big celebration in Farmington Hills with some unexpected guests. We'll tell you more about this big event.
All right, Coco. In good health, a contagious virus is popping up in young kids, but they're not the only ones heading to the doctor this week.
Dr. Frank McGeorge is here to show us what's going around.
Several local pediatricians are seeing an uptick in cases of hand, foot, and mouth disease. That's a viral illness that causes small lesions in the mouth and a rash on the hands and feet. Now, older kids and adults can get the illness too, but generally they have a fever and diarrhea without the rash. Here's what's going around where you live.
In Wayne County, that hand, foot, and mouth disease is popping up in preschool-age kids, including some in summer camp. Pediatricians at Henry Ford and Dearborn are treating strep throat, croup, and infected bug bites. Garden City Hospital has seen several cases of poison ivy, and Beaumont Canton treated some heat exhaustion. Over to Oakland County, Beaumont Children's and Royal Oak reports strep throat. St. Joseph Mercy Oakland is seeing lots of heat-related illnesses and gastrointestinal symptoms in older patients. The CVS Minute Clinics in Walled Lake and Milford are seeing urinary tract infections, pink eye, and ear infections. West of Washtenaw County, doctors at U of M say hand, foot, and mouth disease is hitting infants and toddlers. Stomach virus is also a problem for kids, while lots of adults are coming in with burns and outdoor injuries. St. Joseph Mercy Ann Arbor is seeing an increase in breathing problems and dehydration due to the heat. Heading to Monroe County, where ProMedica Monroe Regional is treating bee stings, infected mosquito bites, rashes, and poison ivy. Dr. Anthony Songo reports upper respiratory infections and some seasonal allergies. Looking at Livingston County, St. Joseph Mercy Livingston and the Brighton Health Center are treating poison ivy, insect stings, and burns. They've also seen some serious sunburns and urge everyone to think about sun protection. Finally, in Macomb County, ER Dr. Anna Rivers at McLaren Macomb reports an increase in allergic reactions to bee stings. The CVS Miniclinic in Shelby Township is seeing a bump in urinary tract infections, and pediatricians at Henry Ford Sterling Heights are seeing viral fevers and rashes and more of that hand, foot, and mouth disease.
Now, cases of hand, foot, and mouth disease are the most common in summer and fall months. It typically takes about a week to run its course. Back to you.
All right, Doc. It's the biggest sports deal in history. But Brazilian soccer star Neymar says money was the last thing on his mind when he made the decision to play in Paris.
Yeah,
Didn't matter.
right. This week, the French soccer club Paris Saint-Germain paid a whopping $262 million to get him from Barcelona, by far the biggest transfer in history.
That had nothing to do with it, Kim.
Not a thing. Nothing to do with money. Today, Neymar said he's disappointed that everybody thinks the move is only about money, and he looks forward to playing his first match in Paris.